Oh, what happened? How about good evening? There we go. Hey, our panelists need the energy, so come on, we need to be ready for them. Yeah, see? My name's Robert Robledo. I am the Director of Marketing and Communications here at the San Jose Downtown Association. Welcome to this beautiful space. Gosh, it's been a while since I've been here. I hate to admit that. But I did go see a Shark game this season, so we welcome you here. We hope you get the opportunity to go check out the penthouse later on after the presentation and grab yourself a drink, something to eat, go up to the 4th floor. Amazing view from up there, by the way. And you'll also see an art exhibit by Local Color. And I know Alex will talk about that more, but highly encourage you to please take the tour after this event. So without further ado, I'm gonna get my ugly mug off the stage, and I'm going to invite Adolfo, owner of Miss Gallup. Adolfo.
Hi there, everyone. Hello. I will try to stand here, but I'm more like a dog in my suit. So they give me a chit chat so I don't talk too much. So I'm going to keep it from here. My letter is smaller. Oh my God. This is Alex's letter. See? I thought he needs glasses, but everybody can see that. Good evening, everyone. I'm happy to be standing here. Maybe not exactly standing, but I've been willing for a while. I'm actually currently scooting around San Jose a lot now that I can now walk, so I think I can go faster in this. For those who don't know me, my name is Adolfo Gomez. For those who know me, I'm from a Sky Restaurant and cater for the San Jose Museum of Art, right here in the heart of downtown San Jose. But beyond running a business, I'm deeply invested in the success and progress of this area. This is my second term with the Downtown Association. I've been with them almost for 8 years right now. I'm the vice chair for the San Jose Downtown Board, and I really want our business to do well. I know that we need to be part of the change if we want to see this, so we need to stay involved. Like I said, lately I've been rolling in my scooter in downtown San Jose, and I see a lot of things that work and things that are not working. One of the things we see is our office workers are not coming back anytime soon. So what's really working right now? For our downtown business, this is what is working. These groups are really making us survive and make it better. The arts, entertainment, the events, and the sports groups. So that's exactly what this panel will have today. This is what is making people coming to the restaurant and stay in the hotels and do that, you know? I'm super excited for all the new and the old classic restaurants that we have, that is making downtown area to come to life once again. I think as of right now, our downtown area is becoming one of the most diverse, authentic and ethnic food destinations in the Bay Area, and I really can say that with everything that's coming up. And I can mention 20, 30, or 40 of those businesses. We do have some success, we need more, much more. Happy with the speakers and panels we have today. Our speakers, Alex Zadinsky with the Downtown Association, Omar Torres with District 3, and our panelists that we have, really they can tell us a little bit what is happening and what is going to come in the near future. Angie from Makla, and she's part of the Downtown Association. Chris from the Sharks, thank you for allowing us to be here. She's part of the Downtown Association too. We have Trami from Chopsticks Alley. I just met you, nice to meet you. John Bosch, everybody knows who's him, and he always have a lot of very good, important information to share with us. And like I said, it's very, very happy to see you all here. Your presence on a Wednesday evening shows that you care about our community just as much as I do. This kind of dedication fuels progress and makes a real difference. It is important to stay involved and actively participating in shaping our downtown area. Together we can create the vibrant, thriving community we all envision. Once again, welcome to tonight's Town Hall. I hope you enjoy the program and find value in hearing from our elected officials and everyone else who will be speaking. Thank you for being here, and let's make tonight a step forward to our community.
Thank you, Adolfo, for your kind words. Next, I'd like to introduce Councilmember Omar Torres.
Good afternoon, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Yay, there you go. Pretend you're at a Sharks game, right? Let's go Sharks. And of course, first off, thank you to our San Jose Sharks for allowing us to be here today. It's great to see, right? It feels very weird presenting in front of you all, and there's not a concert or monster trucks or the Sharks winning, right? So it's strange, but before I get into my talking points, I really want to thank SJDA for putting these town hall together, because we are communicating. We are communicating to our partners, we're communicating to our stakeholders, we're communicating to our community that we are turning a corner in downtown San Jose. And so that's why these town halls are super important. Just like I mentioned, we are seeing a recovery and a resurgence of our downtown, largely thanks to our small businesses and our arts and sporting teams that bring our community together. We've also welcomed fantastic restaurants like Encore Chef, Campus Burgers, delicious burgers by the way, and French fries. As well, we've opened up retail shops with the organization Moment with SJDA on the Paseo de San Antonio and Post Street. So we are activating vacant storefronts in our city of San Jose. And when we cut those ribbons or do the press conferences, I like to say downtown is open for business and downtown is open for business. Again, I also want to thank our arts, sports, and entertainment organizations that have continued to make downtown thrive. And we saw it at the end of budget season when we unexpectedly found $11 million new dollars in our budget because people want to come to downtown San Jose. And our arts and entertainment organizations deserve another round of applause. And I know I see Mauricio Mejia here, and so we are just so grateful that we have pop-up events like Urban Vibrancy Institute bring out over 10,000 people to our local community, right? It was a beautiful sight to see 10,000 people at San Pedro Square, and that also deserves a round of applause. We continue to see thousands of people at First Fridays. We continue to see thousands of people at Music in the Park. And most importantly, we continue to see thousands of people at San Jose Jazz, right? Those are all beautiful sights to see. So, however, if we want to continue downtown's revitalization, we need to work on the many blighted buildings throughout downtown San Jose. They are an eyesore and creating barriers to our economic growth in downtown. We must do more, and that's why I submitted a memo and it passed through rules, and our city will hold a special session focused on blighted buildings. We will deep dive and understand code enforcement processes and procedures to uncover the cause of these issues. We can no longer allow buildings to become blighted in this beautiful city. Too much is at stake. That deserves a round of applause too. I like a round of applause, people, come on, right? However, we also know that we continue to have a housing crisis in our city, right? And I was a strong advocate to extend the downtown high-rise incentive here in our city. Our city cannot get in the way of our developers trying to build housing in downtown San Jose. And so, as your downtown council member, I'm going to continue to prioritize policies that revitalize our downtown San Jose, right? My goal is to make downtown a place where folks want to live, work, and play, right? And together, we're doing that. You're holding us accountable on doing that, because it is important. Our local economy is delicate right now. Very, very delicate, but we need to make sure that we are having folks living in downtown. We need to continue to push for private corporations to bring back office workers, because Adolfo needs to be open 7 days out of the week, not 6 days out of the week. He doesn't deserve a break. Just kidding, Adolfo, you do deserve a break. But with all seriousness, we have momentum. It's because of you all in this room who is helping that momentum move our city forward, and I'm here standing with you as a partner doing that. So thank you very much.
Good afternoon. I am Alex Satinsky, the CEO of the San Jose Downtown Association, and I want to thank everyone for your time to be here today. I know how valuable it is and how much you have to do throughout your day, and to take an hour and a half, 2 hours out of your day to come here and listen to our town hall and listen to arts, sports, entertainment related issues and what SJDA has to offer and what we've done throughout the last quarter. I really want to thank you for it. Thank you for being here tonight. I'm also really happy that we are here at the largest venue really in downtown San Jose, the SIP Center. It was time to finally do an event here, and I want to thank Chris Shea, the Sharks, and the entire team for actually welcoming us so much. That is so, look at the banners. When you come in, the digital banners, I mean, I was just overwhelmed. Thank you so much for your welcome and for hosting it so well. Let me get started, but before I get started, I want to make sure that I acknowledge my team. Without this team and the hard work that we all do, we would not be able to produce what we're doing. Please give them a big round of applause for their tireless efforts in highlighting the energy and the spirit of our downtown. So, and as part of that vibrancy includes the amazing work that our Groundworks team does. I am super happy to be here with you today as we celebrate the remarkable difference Groundworks has been doing for many, many years. The dedication, passion, and steadfast commitment we've shown in improving our city for everyone is just truly commendable. Take a moment to reflect on the incredible milestones we've reached just the last 3 months. Our safety ambassadors has devoted impressive 4,000 plus hours to keeping our streets safe and collected a staggering 181,000 pounds of trash. So keep in mind what downtown would look like without their services. Is this work in progress? Yes. Do we have an absolutely perfect environment in downtown? No. But we have an environment that is greatly improved through the hard work of our Groundworks ambassadors, and I want to thank you for it. And it doesn't end here. With over 1,000 business check-ins, we've established solid relationships with local businesses. We're creating a genuine sense of community. Our persistent fight against graffiti, leading to a removal of over 10,000 instances just in the last 3 months. Please take that in. Has brought back the vibrancy of our neighborhoods. Our commitment goes far beyond statistics, though. With over 2,000 directions given to visitors that are coming to downtown, with over 3,000 hours spent on pressure washing. We just didn't clean our streets, we rejuvenated the spirit of our community. And again, thank you Groundworks for your super hard work. The other team celebrates its first anniversary. We've had them around for 1 year now, almost exactly, and that is our social impact team, or SIT team. They are out on the street every day from 6 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. To engage with the vulnerable, unsheltered population in our downtown area. And the numbers that you see, I would say, speak for themselves. They are able to really connect, garner trust, and place individuals into shelters, into programs, connect them with agencies that they need to be connected with. And it's going to continue to change. The new mandates that came out will make a difference. We will be able to enforce in a different way, always mindful, always sensitive and sensible to our homeless, unsheltered community, making sure that they have places to go, that they have places to stay, but at the same time, we're able to manage our downtown, and we will be able to manage our downtown environment more, let's say, consistently in the future. Looking forward to more to come. The SIT team that we have plays a great role. They work very closely with our PATH colleagues out there. They're out there every day as well, connecting with the unsheltered community. But this is more than numbers, what you see on the screen. It's about really the connections that they forge, the trust that they earn every day, and the lives that they impact. So through our collective efforts and creative strategies, we're making a real difference. What I want to emphasize when I talk about all these things that SJDA has been doing, it always takes a village, and this is something that I keep saying in every presentation that I make. It is not just us. It is always the collaboration of an entire community that needs to come together and do their parts so that we can actually together move the needle. Every single person is really important on this journey. Councilman Bertores already mentioned our Moment pop-up stores, a great program that we launched. We occupy now actually a total of 4 retail stores that we leased. Thanks to the city, and Nancy Klein is sitting right there. Thank you so much, Nancy, for making this possible. The Economic Development Department of the City of San Jose is funding this project. We're doing the legwork, but the city is providing the resources that it needed to make this happen. And so does Moment, great partners of ours. They curated the kind of businesses that we brought on. They made sure that the stores look presentable and are merchandised to a standard that we would like to uphold in our downtown. And I hope you all have a chance to visit them. There's 2 locations on the Paseo, right next to Phil's Coffee and across from it. And then now the newest location is on Post Street. You cannot miss them. They're 2 stores, one bigger, one smaller, with a total of 12 new businesses that we brought into our downtown. Very eclectic, very beautiful merchandise, and I'm sure that when you stroll around, you'll be able to find some beautiful gifts for you or for your loved ones. The Champions Program. This is a program that I'm super proud of. This is something we also created a year ago. These are mostly SJSU students. We have about 10 of them now, and then we have a program manager, and where's Brenda? Raise your hand. Brenda, thank you so much for your hard work to manage that team and to get them out there and to make sure that they are our grassroots marketing team to get the word out on what downtown has to offer. They were able to visit businesses 2,450 times in 3 months. They tabled 60 events in and around downtown to announce what downtown has and to distribute QR codes so people can sign up for our newsletter. They were part of the reason why our newsletter subscription now is at 22,000. When I started this job about a year and a half ago, we were at around 7,000, just to give you a comparison. So we really came a long way with our infrastructure of information dissemination that's really important to us. And it's not about us, it's about the information for all of the things that are happening in downtown. The San Pedro Square mural is another accomplishment. That is something that we were able to do within about 5 months. And once again, thank you to our funding source, in this case, Adobe. Adobe funded this entire project. We partnered with Local Color, and we were able to put this 12,000 square foot mural up within literally 4 days. All painted by volunteers. We had about 1,200 sign-ups. We needed about 700 volunteers, and we were done. We had 25 SJSU students who served as art students, who served as assistants to our artist, who put this up. Yeah, this was another community effort that shows the pride that we have in our community, in our area, to make it really vibrant and beautiful. The social media highlights for that, I just want to say one thing: total over 1 million views within about a month to look at this mural and to get excited about it. We are able to attract more foot traffic because of that. We use a system called Placer.ai. It's a platform that measures foot traffic through cell phone movement, and that has clearly shown that we have an increase, a substantial increase in visitors to this area since the mural was put up. So very happy about this, but this is not it. We're not stopping here, we're going to continue. Dine Downtown, our infamous restaurant week just finished. We had over 40 restaurants participate this year. That happened between July 11 and July 21. And it was once again a wonderful awareness campaign that showcases our restaurant community, our food community that we have in downtown, and keeps the awareness in front of people. Starlight Cinemas is another little program that we do that I'm super fond of. It's a program that focuses on the residents that live in and around downtown. This is not a program that attracts a ton of visitors from outside, but this is a beautiful program that really creates a sense for community for people that live in and around of downtown. About 250 people attend each of these screenings. It's in St. James Park. It's a great little activation for that park that needs a lot more activation, and we're working on that as well, looking into the future. And 3 of these movies have been screened so far. Tu Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, is being screened this Saturday. Starts at 7 p.m. with all kinds of activations, and the screening itself at 8:30 p.m. If you guys have time on this weekend, Saturday, please come by. It's free. Just stop by and enjoy the movie and enjoy the company of all kinds of people within our community that you see there. So what's coming up? There's a few things that I hinted, events and activations where we're going to be focusing on this in the future. We're right now looking for creative ways to activate St. Peter Street. And it's my own personal desire to activate that area in the afternoon, maybe a Saturday afternoon, for families, for women, for strollers. You know, this is something that I find is still somewhat lacking in downtown. And I would like to put a little bit more effort into that demographic and create something really fun for them to come and to enjoy downtown as well. We're working on activations at St. James Park. We're working on various downtown activations for the holidays. Downtown Ice is one of them. So the ice rink will definitely be back. So we'll be Christmas in the park. And then we're doing different creative activations to add a few more things to our holiday activations for this holiday season. So stay tuned. It's not clearly defined quite yet. So that was a quick run through of what SJD has done the last 3 months. That was quite a bit, and I hope that you will agree that we did move the needle quite a bit in this community. And again, it was not just us, it was a village that it took to get this done. Now I'm really excited to talk about the topic of today. This is really why we're here today, is to listen to and discuss arts, sports, and the destination economy here in downtown. As part of the evening, there will be our panel discussion, and I would like to highly encourage right after that, just want to say that to be redundant, please go, take your ticket, get a free drink at the South Bar, and grab a little bite, and then go upstairs and join the group when they look at the art gallery upstairs of artists curated by Local Color that expressed visually their passion and love for San Jose. I think this is something that, if you haven't seen it yet, you definitely should see. So now I want to introduce the panel to you guys, and if you guys want to come up while I'm calling you, Crochet, Charge Sports and Entertainment, John Poach, San Jose Sports Authority, Trami Cron, Chopstick Alley, and Angie Hallstrom Alvarez Makla. Thank you, guys. Thank you guys for volunteering to be on this panel. It's a fairly diversified panel on purpose. so we can really reach into the various areas of art, sports, entertainment, and to see how a synergy between these entities in our downtown can be continued to develop. So now I have a question for all of you, and whoever wants to answer that question first, just raise your hand. So we have a lot of champion in our downtown for this idea of cultural participants driving our economy. What concrete steps can we take to make this happen in San Jose's downtown? Any thoughts, any ideas coming from any of you?
The home team always goes first, or the away team. So.
Who wants to get started?
I can jump in. So I think just a big thing is to always remember that we're an ecosystem, that we survive and thrive together. And so that's why I even love the fact that we're having this conversation this evening around art, sports, destination tourism, and thinking about, we all have employees, we have artists, we might have sports teams. Our folks shop here, they live here. So just always thinking about that, none of us can survive on our own. And we're gonna survive and thrive together. And the more that we can collaborate and be super intentional around that, I think, even this conversation, I think, is like a great beginning to really, let's, go deep here in San Jose and create an environment where we are known for an art, sports, destination tourism area.
Okay, thank you. Somebody else?
Angie, if I could build on that for a second, I think one of the things, in addition to the economic back and forth that works together, I think the other thing that works together is the authenticity, that there is real authenticity that comes from a thriving arts culture and then a winning sports culture as well. This weekend, we took a look, I think we all share spotlights and lighting painting or lighting artists that are in action or sports. I saw this weekend the great San Jose Jazz Festival. They were highlighted in Mercury News, and at the end of it, it said, and there was a great event at the S&P Center with monster trucks. Right. So the back and forth, some nights that'll be much more important to focus on arts, and that's the highlight, and then other nights it's Stanley Cup playoff time. And so it's the back and forth, but there's always something exciting, and it's authentic, and it's really meaningful. It's the thing that will make it special.
I love that thought. I'm thinking of the Olympics and how art was incredibly woven into an athletic event, into an event that is really just sports. But there was so much art in there and visually so enticing that perhaps that's something that we can adopt and really marry our art offerings that we have in downtown with sports offerings and create events out of that. That would be a new thing to do, I think. John?
And I think the key word there is culture. Because I don't look at a sporting event, it's the culture of the event. So we bring an event in, how does it fit the culture in San Jose? And what we have, and no one else in the country has, is our diversity. This is our lifestyle. It's not something we had to create. It is here, it is in San Jose. We are Silicon Valley. So when we bring these events in, I look at what's the cultural elements it brings besides the actual competition. What is the build-up and what happens around the arena walls that makes it special, that make us want to bring it here?
What I'd like to add is something even more altruistic, if you will. I think that sports is a huge platform for social change, and so are the arts, right? The arts changes hearts and minds, and so do sports. When you think about the team, I mean, I've been to this stadium when the Sharks are playing, and I know nothing about, hockey, but I just felt that whole community coming together and feeling a sense of belonging, and that's what all of our work on this panel, that's what it does. And so somehow we can think of how do we make San Jose better as a social change beyond our lining our own pockets, beyond making sure that our name's in the light and people know about our organization, Chopsticks Alley. There has to be more, and that's what I'm hoping to engage in that discussion today.
Awesome. Thank you. Chris, next question is for you. So, tourism from destination efforts make sense, especially when we look at our downtown with almost 30% of commercial spaces vacant. Adolfo just mentioned that too. He said that the office workforce is probably not coming back to the full extent that we had before for a long while. So looking at this, how does arts and sports help make downtown more desirable? How can sports and arts actually almost replace the vibrancy that office buildings used to produce?
I think there's a replacement and there's an improvement upon. So if we talk about the recoveries that have happened after the last 3 disasters, we always know there's a boom, we always know there's a bust. This time, I don't think the boom is coming back in terms of office. I think we can all agree office will not lead, and office may never come back. I heard a quote from a very prominent developer in the crowd today that 30% translates into a devastating 3 million square feet that are empty in downtown. That number is staggering when you think about it. So if you think about what can be filled in there, and the arts and sports give it the vibrancy, and the real cavalry will be when the development community is able to balance the book with the help of the great council members to be able to build more housing, bring more people. Well, what attracts those people? What can we be able to do to be able to continue the diversity of the people? And what are they looking for? They're yearning, they're eager for experiences. They're absolutely eager for experiences. So all the cities around America are looking at this, and how do you take arts, how do you take sports and build near that? Some people we're gonna have to build affordable housing for? Absolutely. Some people we're gonna have to charge a little bit more for? They are willing to pay more to be near those destinations. The youth of today want and are eager for that. They came out of COVID, they're dying for that. So I think arts and sports entertainment really is the bridge to the future, to where we can build and have enough density downtown where it becomes self-perpetuating. And then we become not only the economic driver, which is important, and I think, Angie, you hit upon this, but we're also the authenticness of the downtown. Why are we different? What do we bring to kind of bridge into that future when they're back as well? So I think we have to give up on the notion that cavalry is office, and we have to say sports, destination, arts.
Yeah.
This is what we have to do. So.
And for transparency, I just want to mention that Chris and Angie both are sitting on the chairing a committee that SJDA put together that will deal with exactly that. They will discuss how to bridge and how to bring together arts, sports, entertainment throughout the year with activations, with whatever can be produced through the venues that we already have here. You know, it's almost like we don't have to bring new things in. We have a lot as is, and then connect them with events or bigger, like 2026, bigger events that will happen.
The great Gensler team that's here today came up with the term stitching districts, which I absolutely love. We have the elements, but the idea that you can stitch things together and pull them together and bring more authenticity is important.
Trami, that's a question for you now. You're fairly new to the community. You represent an incredibly new and exciting institution in San Jose. I have a feeling that a lot of people in the audience really don't quite know who you are and what you do. Can you tell us more about your program, and add also how the existing arts and sport institutions can support and elevate your message?
Thank you very much for this opportunity to do this on this platform. So I am Trami Krohn, and I'm the Executive Director for Chopstick Sally Art. We're an art organization supporting Southeast Asian art and culture and our artists in the community. We've been around since the end of 2017, but not downtown until the end of 2022, when we've had an opportunity to have an art gallery at Open San Jose. It's a space on 2nd Street, right next to the Improv, if you're not familiar with that. And we're so lucky we have this entire storefront, street front, with all the large windows that people can look into at any time of the day. So we took advantage of that. And as you know, with the vandalizing of businesses, for some reason, our storefront, the front, has never been vandalized. And there's studies, you know, with Parks and Recreation that when you put art in windows, that there's less chance of people wanting to damage the place. So we take a lot of pride in that. And not only do we put on art exhibitions 4 times a year, we also participate in First Friday Art Walk. And we have art classes. We offer programming that are uniquely Southeast Asian or Asian in general. So for example, a huge program that we have coming up, and it's like been our dream, is to have an immersive video mapping experience called Under One Moon that we're opening first Friday in September. So y'all have to come to that so you can see. What we're doing is projecting stories that are Southeast Asian about the Moon Festival, So something that we may kind of hear about, but we may not, unless you're Vietnamese, like me, and you go to the festival in Little Saigon, you might feel even like, what is that? Can I go? But now you can. And it's, the projection will not only be on when we are open, Saturday and Sunday from 12 to 4, but also in the evening time. Because of the windows, it will always be open. So at night, we'll turn it on around 7 o'clock, probably turn it off around 11 or 12 p.m. We're gonna have to check to make sure that the CD's okay. But,
So
Omar's okay, right? It's
Thank you,
good?
Trami. Thank you, Trami. Can you just emphasize again the last portion of the question? How can existing arts and sports institutions in our downtown support and elevate the message that you have?
Yeah, I think it's marketing. So like whenever there's a Sharks game playing or any sports team, you can promote and highlight maybe that an art organization of the month or of the evening, or an artist, or maybe highlight their work or invite them to perform. There's so many missed opportunities that I see at these huge events to highlight an artist or an organization like Chopsticks Alley.
What a wonderful idea. Thank you so much. I want to pass it on to Angie now. She represents another bedrock institution in the city of San Jose. Your programs do so much for our youth and our community at large, and have for many years. Can you share more about Makla and answer the same question? Like, how can our downtown ensure that Makla is successful? And how can Makla go on to support the destination economy that we're just talking about?
Great, thank you. So I think just, I want to say +1 to everything that Trami said, because it's just so right on. So Makla, we're a contemporary Latinx art center. We have 3 programming areas. We have a visual arts gallery that we pay artists, and we curate exhibitions for a year. The work is also for sale, so you can buy artwork. A good percentage goes to the artist. We also pay sales tax. So Nancy, I'm looking at you. We're putting money back into the local economy. Our performing arts program, we bring in artists both locally, regionally, and nationally. We also commission new work. So at the end of September, we're going to have a new project that we commissioned with some peers in New York called Riding the Currents of the Wilding Wind. And it's going to feature really amazing Grammy Award-winning musicians. Martha Gonzalez from Quetzal will be performing. So it'll be very intimate performances, 3 nights. And then we also have our Best Buy Teen Tech Center, and really there, Makla is bridging the digital divide that still exists in our community, primarily for our lower income youth and also youth of color. And there, they're learning technology skills. We had a group this summer that went down to the set of America's Got Talent. We paid them to be on the set for a week. They were learning all the different production roles. And then they came back and they got certified in Adobe Premiere, right? So the video editing software.
That's
and
awesome.
so really trying to have a different trajectory for folks and have them also tell their stories and have the joy in all of that. So that's kind of what Makla does in a nutshell. We do a lot more, but that's kind of high level. And then thinking through like the collaboration between arts and sports, I want to give a shout out to the Sharks, not just because we're here, but because it's real, is, this year Makla was one of the beneficiary organizations of their Goals for Kids program. So it was a pretty cool program where whenever a goal was made at a game, money went into a pot, and then at the end of the year, the nonprofits that are serving youth programs divided that. So it's like we got $26,000 towards our budget to support our youth program.
So that'll puts one of our the score higher.
Right, so it's like, other years, it could be more. But hey, I think like that's a great example of thinking through, and then like our staff got to go to a game, and then we were highlighted, so kind of like Trami was sharing, at a game there. So I think like when I think about some of the differences in our ecosystems, like our marketing budgets are probably like pennies on the dollar compared to our sports friends. So the more that you can cross-promote and uplift the work that we're doing, and we're also happy to share that too, because we know we have shared audiences, and so I think that's an opportunity. And then just thinking about that destination aspect, what Makla is thinking about longer term is we bought a property, thanks to our partnership with the city, a few years back, and we want to be building a hotel above Makla. And so really having an authentic, appropriate hotel that uplifts our local culture and our artists and some place that you're like, oh, that's an amazing place. Whenever you go to San Jose, stay at Makla's Hotel, check out their gallery, go see a performance, go eat at Mezcal, do all those fun things. So that's what we're thinking long term, and the way folks can get involved is, attend events, bring a friend, share on social media. We're always looking for board members, always looking for corporate supporters, but happy to chat more and say whatever you want to do for Makla, do for Chopsticks Alley too.
Yeah, that's awesome. And once again, I want to emphasize that committee that we're just talking about, I think will be a great effort to bring together arts institutions and sport activities within downtown in a hopefully really successful manner.
And Alex, two really quick points. Trami is on the committee as well, so we're super excited. She's willing to join. Yep, so thank you for that.
Wonderful.
And really quickly, that cross promotion, it was interesting for me to come on the Shark. Trami, you asked me a question before the panel, which is why do the Sharks care? Well, to be the international brand for San Jose, we have to authentically represent the city that we're in. Right. The demographics, as you all know, and we all know, the demographics of San Jose have changed drastically faster than the NHL at large. So we have to continue to support and reinvent ourselves so we can represent that. So when I talked to Angie, she said, hey, we're doing something, a retrospective on the important car culture. And we talked to Peter Ortiz, to Councilmember Ortiz's office. And he said, hey, we've gone from having it be illegal to legal. And then everybody said, this is crazy. We need to celebrate lowrider culture and where that comes from. In the heartland, the Sharks got on board. I talked to Angie, she did a retrospective. We went out and we videotaped this, and this is authentic San Jose, something we're extremely proud of. And we've written, it took the council member's office to say, this is something we're proud of. And then our cultural people ran up. We did a beautiful video on this that we can share with everybody that celebrate this, where we interviewed people in the SAP Center. This is one of the we consider to be the hallowed ground for hockey and entertainment. So it's this beautiful connection between arts and sports. And we were all seem to be in the same space, which is pride in San Jose, pride in our community, pride in our neighborhoods. So.
Very cool. Thank you, Chris. John, this is a question for you. You represent all sports in San Jose, and given that we saw Simon Biles to do what Simon Biles did in Paris, I would argue your work supports the art very much. In addition, what is missing in San Jose, though, in your opinion, in terms of policy, rules, support, or investment? What does SJD have to do to ensure that you and San Jose in general is successful as you pursue these large destination efforts coming forward?
Well, the first thing that was missing is that Simone Biles made her comeback in San Jose, right here in the SAP Center, August 2023, when she won her 8th U.S. National Championship. It was this event that made her come back for the Olympic Games. She wanted to see if she could get back to this level.
Wow.
And we knew she was looking at coming back because we're looking at her ticket sales, and someone called me and says, Simone Biles' family has bought 8 tickets. This was 3 months out. So we had a little tip. But as far as what's missing, it's not so much what's missing. With policy, we have to look at lessons learned from our past events. Super Bowl 50, right, 2016. College Football Playoff National Championship, 2019. Those are 2 of the biggest events. What was missing? When we looked at it, the willingness is there from the city. The issue is our policies are outdated. So right now we have a working committee. We have been working on this for almost 6 months, right? On 2 specific ordinances that will impact large events. An event zone ordinance and super graphics, right? So that is what was missing is the policies are there, they're just outdated. So we have a great working group led by Nancy Klein, Rosalind Huey, Carrie Adams Hapner, Blage, working behind the scenes so that these ordinances are up to date for any and all art, sports, and culture. Remember, sports is another form of dance, it's just we tackle, right? As far as the rules, if I had a magic wand, if I was Steve Borkenhagen, patron saint of San Jose, and I can make magic happen, right? My hardest thing is enforcing no parking. We all do events. We work with DOT, which is great to put our no parking areas, trying to enforce it, right? That's always a challenge. My favorite event is also the most difficult, I love Ironman's rock and roll races in downtown San Jose. It's such a cultural celebration, but I have to close 13 miles of streets. I get 13 miles of calls about this, but I love that event, but that's a challenge. Enforcing no parking. And the other is, it may not seem big to you, but City of San Jose Police, wonderful, but they do not provide police escort. It doesn't sound like much, but when I do major events, I'm on a timeline from television. So the team has to be from point A to point B exactly to fit. The camera crews are going to watch it come through the loading docks. So we don't do police escorts. I have to contract the highway patrol. That starts at $5,000. Just two little things. As far as support, that is not an issue. I'm fortunate. We're a nonprofit. We're not an agency of the city, the San Jose Sports Authority. When they built this beautiful building, they needed two organizations. One to fill it, San Jose Sports Authority, one to manage it, Arena Management. So we're a nonprofit entity, like many of you. But we're fortunate that the city invested in us. So our support is great. Team San Jose, they're my bid partner. They do partnership from bid support, hotels, theater, operational, marketing, real economic impact reports on the conservative side that show the revenue we bring back to the city. And then the City of San Jose, from the Office of Mayor, Economic Development, OCA, PRNS, Transportation, PD, Fire Department, and Office of Emergency Services. No complaints, so we work great. But we do need substantial investment that has to come from the community. The city needs to fund safety. They need to fund issues the city have with housing, with police, with employees. We need to do a better job in the private sector of raising these funds that I can do all the ancillary events and commitments I have to make to bring a major sporting event here. And then what is missing? I think that was a question.
And what can
investment?
SJDA do to support you in that endeavor to be successful?
What you have to do? Well, let me tell you. You need to own the event. To me, we need to be the Bay Area's downtown, not that small city up north of the bridge. It's us. We're the most diverse, we're the most populated, we're the economic engine for Northern California. San Jose has to be the downtown for all of Northern California. So we need to do a better job of coordinating marketing and communication, right? When I bring a mega event here, we need to tap into our influencers. Look at SJ Foods, right? Look at the last UVI block party. Outstanding. We need to break the mold and look at the new modern ways. Even my daughter told me, showed me how to do notes on the iPhone now, so, right? Restaurant week. 2026, we're gonna have the Super Bowl right at Levi Stadium. Now the game may be in Santa Clara, the Fan Festival in San Francisco, but guess what? We're doing a stay and play. We already contracted over 13,000 hotel rooms for that week. So if you want to go to San Francisco, I'll pay for a bus, I'll pay for Amtrak, but you got to use our hotel and you got to come back here. That's a perfect time to have restaurant week. We have over 13,000 rooms booked just for the Super Bowl, and that's a 4-day minimum, right? Block parties, they're all here. Well, when the Super Bowl, why not have the block parties? And it's not just the Super Bowl February 8th, March 26th, 28th of 2026, we have the NCAA regionals for basketball right here. Oh, and by the way, June 15th to July 1, we'll have 6 FIFA World Cup matches, 6 matches 3 days apart over 18 days. So we got to look at how we have to commit to a stay and play campaign across the whole area. And Julie Carlson, is Julie here? Julie was terrific to work with us, USA Gymnastics, putting together QR codes with window decals that we try to put on every business. So we can draw those that come into our events to our local businesses. And then we have to find a way. I don't understand how we don't have wayfinding digital throughout downtown. We're the capital of Silicon Valley, right? We need to make it easy and a great experience for folks who come through downtown San Jose. So that's my focus. How do we make San Jose the downtown of Northern California?
Thank you, John. Lots of things to do. Taking marching orders. Thank you. We have about 10 minutes? Am I right? Yeah. So I would like to open this actually up to the audience. Do you have any questions that you want to ask any of the panelists? Anything that triggered your interest or things that you would like to dig a little deeper? Now is the time to do that. Do we have a microphone that's being passed around?
As you're thinking of your question, there are guides to take you up after you grab your cocktail by the elevator. They're waiting for you, so definitely take the opportunity to get up to the penthouse to see the love letters to San Jose. But
Everybody wants a cocktail.
Hi, this is in reference to, John, what you said about funding safety. I just want to know more about what that means. Yeah.
That is the number one. Any event I bring in, number one is public safety, first and foremost. The world changed with the Las Vegas shootings. Now all of a sudden I bring a sporting event and an outdoor event, I got to put a SWAT plan in. I never had to do that before. So the first most important thing to me is I look at the footprint of the events. What is the event zone? Where are the boundaries? Because once I'm in this building, I'm not worried about public safety because venues take care of that. But when I do public events, if I do something in the plaza. So what we have to do is we go to the previous events that have hosted it. We look at the traffic, we look at the footprint, we look at the egress. Now what are areas that we need to invest in public safety, which is San Jose PD Secondary Employment Union, right? It's Office of Emergency Services. It's VTA. Are the light rail tracks going by an activation zone? So do we have to change our markers and boundaries? Do we need to get Alex's champs, right? People out here to augment the police. So that is first and foremost in every event we do is we have to put our public safety plan first before we do a ticket sales plan. It's just critical because we're in a different world now.
Yeah, and if I can add something to it, blight is another issue that is related to safety if we have events and activations in our downtown. Something that Trami just said earlier kind of resonated with me when she spoke about art in windows and how it deters these windows from being vandalized. So we're doing the same thing now on Santa Clara Street. We have a project at the corner of First and Santa Clara right across the street from the Bank of Italy building. There's about 7 or 8 windows. They're pretty big and they're blighted, they're empty. This is right in front of a bus station that is a little bit of a ground zero for downtown at certain times. So we are actually taking that upon us now and add art and lighting into these windows to make sure they're a little bit more activated, and to Tommy's point, hopefully they will deter vandalism and will really create an element of something calm and something really beautiful in our area that's being honored and respected. So that's one little thing that we can do that's related to safety in our downtown at large. John, I don't know whether these are the things that we're thinking about or whether you were truly thinking about really officers and
Not only that, the key word there, lighting. Lighting creates a safer element. So it's very important that we have proper lighting in all the spaces that we want to activate, and more importantly, the pathways throughout San Jose is proper lighting is needed.
John, I think you can go further to say it's lighting, and it's also the activation of lighting, the vibrancy that lighting gives. I know we fight against different signs, and there's always, that fight internal, but that brings a sense of vibrancy. If you've been in other cities and see how that interplay, people feel safer, and it's also exciting to be around. So I think that's another addition.
Another idea that I'm having with your discussion is with the wayfinding, lighting, and art. I understand about 20 years ago that the Sharks commissioned a bunch of white sharks and put them throughout the city and then hired artists to paint them, and it's supposed to be amazing, and then afterwards it gets auctioned off and raise a bunch of money. Can we do something like that again?
That would be a phenomenal program. We have cultural parents people that would think that would be fantastic. We do a logo for every game. We were just talking about the logos for the Los Tiburones game. You could do a lot of things that tie in San Jose's diversity and some neat artwork as well. So some great stuff.
Great, you heard it here.
I'm making promises for other offices, so I'll go back to them.
So I think we have time for one more question, Alexandra.
I'm super excited about all the big sports events coming 2026, so great for our city. Based on the conversation you've had already, what's the thinking about how we incorporate arts into those? I know that there have been opportunities in the past with Super Bowl, Olympics, where there's some big component of arts that can be integrated into all those big sports activities. So how are you going to put that together?
I want to turn the microphone around and turn it to Nancy Klein. She has some phenomenal ideas that are coming out from the city as well. But I don't want to put you on the spot, Nancy. But I think it's fundamental to that.
One of my favorite philosophers, I think his name is Jonathan Becker. He told me, I came back from Vegas for the Super Bowl with Matthew Martinucci. They have 441 events during Super Bowl week, but none of them are called Super Bowl. What Jonathan says, which resonates, if you have 4 walls and a door, you're a venue. It could be a nail salon, it could be an art studio, it could be a takeout. How do we find a way to activate that around the event we're bringing in? Now, as far as arts and culture, that has to be part of our event. I'm looking at the FIFA World Cup. And I was just talking with an individual the other day. We're going to have 48 countries from around the world. 12 are going to be in our quadrant, which means they're going to be playing in our area. You look at the diversity of that. You look at the music festivals. We want to do a summer music series for 6 weeks, right? Every night after one of the matches is going to be a post-game concert we want to do in downtown. We want to do large venue. Nancy keeps saying she's bringing Pitbull in here. Bad Bunny, that's your favorite. It was Bad Bunny. But we are going to put together music festivals, the duration of these events. I want to bring back city dance and public dance together to have salsa and samba celebrations. And so throughout the 6 weeks of the World Cup, it's an opportunity to engage the food, the art, the music, the dance, and the culture that is already here in Silicon Valley. That is what we're looking at.
Awesome.
Every event we bring, we have to celebrate the culture that brought the event here.
Thank you, John. There was another question. Let's have that question done, and then we need to close because we're at the end of our time.
Hi, this is in reference to something that Chris and Angie had talked about with Goals for Kids and supporting organizations that support youth through the Sharks. I'm wondering how organizations that do support youth can get connected with you to bring youth out to these events, since you're naming that as something really important.
So the answer is absolutely yes. We are highly interested in that for various important reasons to us. September 24th, I'm looking at some of the Sharks executives in the audience, will be the neighborhood game. We absolutely want to bring it in. We've got a series of, it'll be one of our opportunities to introduce hockey to different audiences and kids that have not had an opportunity to do that. So September 24th is one of those opportunities. In addition to that, our foundation is very interested in that as well. I'd like to point out Kevin Brown, who's our new executive director of the Sharks Foundation. He'll be leading us in the new charge, but not the new charge, in the continuation. His foundation and the leadership have put in over $20 million into that topic since we've become the Sharks Foundation. So that's near and dear to our heart. So
awesome.
I'll make the connection with Kevin and the Sharks Foundation, but the near and dear.
Does that answer your question? Yeah. So thank you very much, and please another round of applause for our panelists. So before we close the session today, it's a tradition of ours. We always put up the QR code for our newsletter. Can you please do me a favor right now? Grab your phones. If you're not subscribed to our newsletter yet or our calendar, please grab it and subscribe to it. This is a newsletter that we carefully curate. You get 2 newsletters a week, one before the weekend and one the start of the new week that shows you all the events and activations and things that are happening in downtown. We do not share that email list with anybody. We don't give it out. You won't get spammed. But I think it's a really important tool for you to stay in the loop of what downtown has. Also make sure that you follow our Instagram handle at SJ_downtown for all the latest news. And here is the end of my little plug for SJDA. I want to thank you again for attending this town hall. Now please grab a drink and a bite, and please join that group to go to the penthouse, even if it's for short, and look at the incredible art of the artists on the 4th floor.